My name is Kathleen Sims. I'm the broker and owner of Remax Lifestyles here in Oakland, California. Today we're interviewing Nigel Jones, the owner of Kingston 11 in Oakland, and he has Jamaican food here, which is delicious. So Nigel's going to tell us a little bit about his history and his experiences here in California.
Yeah.
So Nigel?
So I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. Kingston 11 specifically, as the name of the restaurant is called Kingston 11 Cuisine. And just a little background, the number 11 is our zip code. Like for instance, Bob Marley is from Trenchtown, which is Kingston 12. And where I was born and grew up is Kingston 11. I migrated to this country when I was 16 years old. I was born to a teenage mother in Kingston, Jamaica. She was 15 years old. And I grew up with my grandparents, who probably would have been my normal parents' age. My mother migrated to the United States and did domestic work and also was a sewer. In Jamaica, we call the profession, she was a dressmaker, made dresses and pants and different clothing for men and women. I stayed in Jamaica and grew up there and migrated back to the United States. Migrated to the United States when I was 16 years old. And the thing that was important for me is that I loved the United States when I came here, but my culture as a Jamaican was also important to me, and I wanted to make sure that as I grew older and had a life here, which I thought is a good life, and I still think is a good life, I wanted to reflect that culture here. My grandmother was an excellent cook, and her name was Gwendolyn. Gwen, I don't want Calford stew. And she would say to me, okay, you know, if you're gonna complain about my cooking, you need to learn how to cook yourself. And she was serious about that, because sometimes when adults tell a child to do something, especially when it's in an environment that could be unsafe, they really don't mean it. She meant it. And what she did, she guided me throughout the kitchen, made sure that I learned how to handle knives safely, be around hot oil and stoves and flames in a safe way. And I learned how to cook a lot of the dishes that she perfected, such as stews, oxtail stews, and curry vegetables, things like that I now have on my menu. And as I mentioned, as I migrated to the United States at an early age and went to college in Florida, moved back into New York City, worked in the garment industry there. Food is always a big part of my own culture that I wanted to see here in the United States. For instance, if you arrive in Jamaica, the things that are most important that you see very clearly are the reggae music, the food, and the people. They're in your face, all three of those things, and that's part of the Jamaican experience. And it's lovely. You know, the people are very friendly and very inviting. The food is tasty, lots of aromas, and the reggae music, everybody knows about Bob Marley, but we have hip hop and funk and all kinds of things that gets meshed into life here in the United States. As you may know, Biggie Smalls and all these people who are young hip hop kids in the Bronx, they're all from Jamaican parents. And so it's a fusion between Black America life and Jamaican life, where Jamaicans look up to Black Americans in terms of what's hip, what's new, and because we're a small island, and vice versa. When those people migrate into the United States and live in a community, there's a fusion between those groups, and so that's one of the component of hip hop and rap music is that fusion.
Did you start cooking in New York or?
Well, I always cooked, but I took some formal cooking classes here when I moved to San Francisco, because San Francisco is the largest restaurant per capita. However, if you look around, there still isn't much foods in terms of Jamaican island foods.
Right.
And that's something that I always wanted to duplicate here. So I took classes, not necessarily cooking classes in terms of Jamaican, but French and different cuisine, but I always translated back into my own culture. in
Yeah.
terms of how would I approach a particular dish from a Jamaican point of view.
Right. Well, that's fascinating. So today we're going to end part one. We're going to get together again and bring you part two. Thank you.
Thank you.